everyone, welcome to the 118 show. My name is Rhoda, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about depression. Depression affects almost 1/3 of medical students globally, but the treatment rates are relatively low. Depression amongst medical students has been attributed to the nature of medical education and may lead to poor academic performance and professional adjustments. On today's show, we'll be having some of our colleagues join us and discuss this topic and also share with us some of their coping mechanisms. Don't go anywhere. Depression. Have you ever been depressed along this journey of medicine? Has it ever happened?
Well, yes.
Okay, at what point did it happen? What level were you in?
I think the first experience was in 200 level.
Okay,
Yes.
so what were your triggers? What caused it?
Exam, yes, you had upcoming exam. You praying the exam. The exam came all of a sudden. I know you
Okay,
can remember
yes.
when strike, and then just got the news that we had to write even in the midst of the strike. And I had a lot that had not covered get
So you were very choked up on
Honestly.
that was the exam period. How did you overcome to be able to write the exam?
Well, I had several senior colleagues that were, help, great help back then. And at least we had CMD mentors. The person assigned to me, she was of great help, invaluable help to that.
Has that ever happened again? Have you had a current episode of
Well, you know how things are in the school. So yes, at one point in time or the other, but at least I've been able to overcome. Yes, the thing is with such experiences, as you go through them, trying to things get better, you find different mechanisms to cope with them and then overcome them even as they come. Yes, so definitely.
But there are still 200 level students out there. What can you tell them?
Yes, it's real. Yes, it's rampant among medical students. And what they should know is that it's common. A lot of medical students have passed through it, so they have people, senior colleagues that have gone through it. So what they should do, my friends, that they should open up, speak to such persons. They should not have to go through such experiences alone.
Okay, thank you so much.
Alright.
We hope you are not so depressed anymore. Have you ever been depressed along this journey before?
Yeah.
Okay, so at what point, at what time?
400 level.
How did you go about it?
When I experienced it, I went for a few days. I was just really sad. You know how depression feels, stuff like that. So I called my mom. She was kind of like encouraging, but it was just not enough. Then I called a friend, and as I was just talking to the friend, I cried. I did a call. I cried for like 30 minutes, and the friend advised me to take a few breaks of schoolwork, maybe to help. And when I did it for like 3 days, I noticed that I was quite okay.
Yes. What about people who some junior colleagues, maybe 100 level, 200 level, who go through depression in med school? Like, what's your advice to them? How do they come out? Because people think it's a thing to be ashamed about. People are not free and open enough. So,
Yeah, depression in medical school can occur at any level. It can even occur as early as 100 level, 200 level. So what do? They can talk to a family member, a friend. Sometimes it's when you lean on course, you guys laugh over it, and the next thing you notice that you feel elevated. You can talk to even people in other departments. That word of encouragement that you can do it. I know you can. From my own experience, I feel you can never be truly 100% ready for a medical school exam.
some family members, they are not medical practitioners. Like, how do they don't really know how to give the right advice?
Yeah,
Like,
I understand what you're trying to say. They don't really understand how the pressure that comes with studying medicine. Yeah. In such situations, you talk to senior colleagues, you talk to doctors. They can tell you, I know what you're going through. I know how it feels, and most times talking just helps. Yeah, talking actually does help.
I'm crying too.
I'm crying too. Yeah.
Have you ever been depressed before in this medical journey, medical school?
Yes.
At what point? What was happening then?
400 level in our class. He said our class was going to be bashed into two.
What did you do? What did you feel? What was happening to you when you heard the news?
I felt bad. I felt bad not because I wasn't prepared. I didn't know it was going to happen. Maybe I would have put in more effort, maybe to be in batch A.
How did you cope with her? Because you're obviously doing better now.
Well, most times I talk with my mom. Encouraging words from my mom actually helps me a lot. Most persons, I think one of their problems is when they try to reach out to their parents, instead of trying to encourage their children, they actually talk down on them or try to make them feel bad, like you can do better, start comparing them with other students or their mates. But my mom is not like that. She actually encourages you and tell you that everything happens for a reason, all this kind of thing. Watch movies, remove my mind from it.
There are some persons who went through depression, kind of a critical stage, and they considered withdrawing from med school, or they considered just, some even had to fail exams and were just kicked out. So in such conditions, what do you advise people to do? Should they withdraw if it's so serious that they are talking to people, it's not working, they are getting advices, they are praying, but everything seems not to be working, their mind still being plagued with the whole thing? So do you think they should just end the journey?
This question actually depends. Why I say it depends is, okay, now for example, you're paying for your pre-MBBS. You are depressed maybe because of the numbers and all, whatever, like what you are saying. Definitely are hearing bad news. Only 50 or only 20 you're taken from the class and all of that. I think you should first of all put yourself together and give it a try. I personally told my mom that if I write my pre-MBBS and I still repeat, that I wasn't going to repeat medicine. You get? I think people should start having second options. It's not about medicine again. You should not kill yourself about medicine. But I think you should give it a try. Like, try first. Try and fail first. I had a friend that she was giving repeat. She told me that she wasn't going to repeat, that it's going to kill her. So if you know you are like at that point, you can actually just leave the medicine. Now she's in 400 level, at 500 level in MLS. She's doing well. She's going to graduate. What if she has stayed now? Because she was from our set, stayed now, and this whole saga, how would she have coped if she was already feeling that bad with us that it wasn't that bad in our time? Because I feel nothing is worth it. Your mental health should be your priority.
Amongst these classes, postings, and you hear some things you should not hear, or probably a lecturer says some things that really trampled upon your self-esteem and had you thinking over the night, and you just realize that, oh my god, what am I doing? Because we are taking bullet not just from exams too, but from classrooms, everything. So people also slip into depression based on the work they hear. So what do you think a person can do to remedy that effect?
I think you should know why you're in medicine. Like, I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. And this guy, I don't know how he killed it, but he killed it. There are many other specializations now. I just switched and I left. So I just feel everybody should look for a coping mechanism. That's just the truth. If you say depression, you will go to what round will insult you. They will tell you, check from where you're standing on your sense. Will you kill yourself? What have you not heard? Remove your weak, is covering your brain. So if it's what they're saying in class that your problem, what would they not, they not tell you what, that you will not die? Like I see now that they are preaching that it's not about medicine. You see medicine students are engaging in different things. Medicine students now draw, medicine students they now engage in entertainment, medicine students now sell, do other things. Because seriously, I feel it started off as a coping mechanism. It's not like we want to do it or we really have the time to do it, but it's a coping mechanism for us.
Thank you for coming to our channel. We'd love to see you again, and we hope I enjoyed the section. I hope you enjoyed it too. These are just a few commentaries on the topic. However, we'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Share with us your thoughts. How have you been coping? And if you've not been coping, kindly reach out to us. There will be someone willing to take your hand. Thank you for tuning in. This is the 118 show, and I'm Rhoda. Till next time.